Mach 1, something scorching to keep Mustang the original and the front runner, thundering along far ahead of the pack.
This video is about a car that was originally advertised as a one-year limited run, but high demand led to more than that. This is the story of the Ford Mustang Mach 1, 1969 through 1979. The Mach 1 had a powerful V8 engine, although it wasn't as aggressive as the GT350 or GT500. This engine was also offered in Shelby and Boss models. Although Shelby models were often outfitted for track duty, the Mach 1 nonetheless had all of the comfort amenities. Rather than a pony car made for rapid laps on the racetrack or run down the drag strip, it was more of a highway racer. For the Mach 1, Ford created a few distinctive body modifications, beginning with a front hood that had race-spec pins, a matte black line, and a large scoop in the middle. A chin spoiler, rear deck spoiler, and quarter window louvers were available options. A few additions were also made to the interior, but the design remained the same. A chrome pop-open gas cap, Magnum 500 wheels with Goodyear tires, and a sportier suspension configuration were also included as standard features. Ford had 4 available engines for 1969. But the 5.8-liter Windsor V8 with 250 horsepower and 355 pound-feet of torque was the Mach 1's standard engine.
Tell me one more time why we never win.
Well, number one, there's Mustang.
The Mach 1 saw minor exterior modifications for 1970. The former lights on each side of the grille were converted into horizontal vents, and the lights inside the grille were made the main lights. The side scoops behind the door were eliminated, and the original tail lights around the back were replaced with recessed units on a black honeycomb panel. Ford also updated the wheels, the emblem and stripe package, and the bucket seats. The 4-barreled 5.8-liter V8 engine was updated from 290 to 300 horsepower, replacing the 6.4-liter V8 engine, which was removed from the lineup. The Mach 1 had 3 or 4-speed manual transmissions and a 3-speed automatic gearbox available during these 2 years.
Hey, let's give away some free t-shirts, Boker Brother t-shirts to let's do the first 3 people who can find our logo that you see right here on our screen or your screen. It's Find the Hidden Logo. First 3 that can tell us the minute and second of the video where you see the Boker Brothers hidden logo, and you win. Email us at the email address you see on your screen. First 3 people, it's Find the Hidden Logo. Now back to the video.
A famous European sports car designer compares the 71 Mustang to Europe's great road cars.
Holy smoke! Hey, Cabello, that's European road cars.
No, sir, this is our new Mustang Mach 1, one of 6 completely new models for 71.
The Mustang from this era looked very different from the Mustang from previous generations, but still being a part of the first generation. A more aggressive body style with a wedge-like appearance, a taller hood, and a shorter rear deck were among the key changes. The headlamps were positioned towards the sides, and the grille again covered the whole width of the front fascia. Ford also abandoned the traditional bumper in favor of the component that blends better with the fascia. Ford also changed the rear end, adding a new set of taillights. Additionally, the sports roof body type evolved into a full-fledged fastback design, with hardly any deck lid in back of the angled rear window. The matte black graphics on the hood and the quick-release pins were among the distinguishing characteristics that the rebuilt Mach 1 kept. The dual scoop design on the engine hood was now present. Instead of being chrome like the standard Mustang, the bumpers were color-matched to the body. Black waistline stripes and Mach 1 badges on the lower front fenders were now also part of the graphic package. A new base engine in the shape of a 4.9-liter V8 with 210 horsepower and 296 pound-feet of torque has been added to the lineup of available engines. In 1972, Ford discontinued the 7.0-liter engines, but the Mach 1 remained untouched on the interior. The pop-open gas cap was replaced by a more conventional twist-on cap. due to the move to the new SAE net horsepower calculations and modifications required to comply with new pollution requirements. Power ratings also decreased. The two-barrel 5.8-liter V8 produced 177 horsepower and 284 pound-feet of torque, while the base 4.9-liter V8 engine produced 140 horsepower and 239 pound-feet. For 1973, the engine lineup stayed the same, although the high-output unit was eliminated. Ford removed the chrome trim and the lower body accent stripes, among other noticeable cosmetic changes. Additionally updated were the side and deck lid graphics. In order to comply with the new NHTSA criteria, the turn signals were relocated, the sport lamps were removed, and the bumpers were modified. The first-generation Mustang was discontinued in 1973.
Mustang II is a small personal car that gives you the luxury of choice. Two-door hardtop, three-door 2+2, exciting Mach 1, elegant Ghia. I didn't know that.
The Mustang was reduced to a smaller, noticeably less powerful budget car after the oil crisis. The second-generation vehicle didn't come with a V8 in its initial year on the market, but Ford still offered a Mach 1 option.
I got this fabulous car that drives me out of my mind, a car I never thought I would find, Mustang II.
It's incredible, and it's mine.
The 1975 model had a range-topping model alongside the vinyl roof Ghia model with luxury features. The Mach 1 had little in common with the previous model. There were no black graphics on the hood, and no waistline stripes or rear spoilers. Instead, Ford went with the black finish to the lower body, sport lamps in the grille, and body-colored bumpers. The 2.8-liter V6 was just as mundane as in the regular Mustang, generating only 105 horsepower and 140 pound-feet of torque. Hitting 60 miles an hour in this car took forever, but 1975 would bring better news. Ford restarted the Mustang V8's engine when the oil crisis began to subside. A modified version of the previous 4.9-liter Windsor V8 was the engine of option. Ford also made a few small adjustments to the front fascia to accommodate the larger engine, but otherwise the Mach 1 retained the same aesthetic package. Only 129 horsepower and 213 pound-feet of torque were claimed for the V8.
The sweet-handling Mustang II Cobras. No other domestic car in its class gives you all this standard. Spoilers, stabilizer bars, staggered shocks, rack and pinion steering, steel-belted radials, and 4 on the floor.
The Mach 1 continued to be offered in 1976 with both V6 and V8 engines, although the latter's output was raised to 134 horsepower and 247 pound-feet of torque. The Mach 1 remained the same, even though Ford upgraded its equipment with the Stallion and Cobra II aesthetic kits.
Ford announces the new Mustang II T-Roof convertible. It can make your heart beat a little faster.
When Ford also added the optional T-top in 1977, a few minor design adjustments followed. The Mach 1, which was already a fairly unremarkable car in the lineup, lost momentum in 1978, when Ford released the limited edition King Cobra model with a striped package of the original Mach 1. The 4.9-liter V8's maximum output during the model's final year was 139 horsepower and 250 pound-feet of torque.
You're about to see a whole new breed of Mustang. Presenting the all-new 79 Mustang from Ford.
The Mach 1 was discontinued when Ford introduced the third-generation Mustang in 1979. Not only did it not return for this generation, which was produced for a whopping 14 years, but its revival had to wait until the fourth-generation model's final years on the market. Well, there you have it, the history of the Ford Mustang Mach 1. What was your favorite year? Let us know. Leave a comment below. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell for future video notifications. Again, thanks for watching the Boca Brothers Car Reviews.